America has just switched on another solar panel factory, and this one tells you exactly where US energy manufacturing is heading. Translucent solar. Guys, I love this idea. Calling themselves what the product is, and the product is fantastic. They have started production at their plant in Summerville, South Carolina, and they're expected to hit their full annual capacity of 1.2 gigawatts by the end of not next year, but this year. That's enough panels every year to power hundreds of thousands of homes. The 281,000 square foot facility is a first phase investment of 15.6 million US dollars. That's around 24 million Australian, and it will support 167 jobs in a building that previously housed aerospace and Caterpillar operations. Those aren't cheap commodity panels they're making either. The factory is building high efficiency N-type modules, utility scale panels pushing 710 to 730 watts at efficiencies of 23.5%. Plus, they're making 450 to 470 watt residential panels and 630 to 650 watt commercial modules. Commercial shipments start in December with 600 to 800 megawatts targeted in the first year. Now, here's the biggest story. In just the past 2 months, SEG Solar opened a 4 gigawatt module plant in Texas. Canadian Solar, a 6 gigawatt cell plant in Indiana. ES Foundry expanded cell production in South Carolina. And Qcells brought 3.3 gigawatts of cell capacity online in Georgia. Why the sudden rush? And this is not even mentioning Tesla's mega solar plant that's going to be the biggest in North America. Well, new Section 232 tariffs on polysilicon implemented in August have given manufacturers the long-term certainty to invest at scale. And Translucent isn't stopping at assembly. The parent company plans 2.4 gigawatts of US capacity by 2028, including its own cell manufacturing. As Managing Director Augustus Rylands put it, solar plus storage made up over 80% of all new additions to the US grid last year. More than gas, more than nuclear, and obviously more than coal, because there wasn't any coal. It's the energy that's going to power the AI race. Whatever you think of tariffs, factories are getting built. Solar manufacturing is coming home to America. But there is one downside to this. Yes, tariffs make manufacturing great again in America of solar panels. I mean, we're going to see massive numbers of solar panels being made by American companies, including Tesla, as I said before. But the prices will be much higher than Chinese panel prices. They will. It's just a fact. The scale is just nowhere near China's scale. The efficiency is not quite at China's efficiency. I think they'll actually hit a Chinese-like efficiency probably by 2030, but the scale will never hit that. So just based on scale, panels will continue to probably cost about double the price versus what they cost from China. That's the only downside. But I do think that once we see some of this scale continue to grow over the next few years, prices will come down in America. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Need expert advice on what car to buy, what solar system to get, what home battery to get, or potentially for your business? You can get, guys, a one-on-one consultation directly with me, 60 minutes of tailored guidance. This might help you avoid making a huge mistake spending money when you shouldn't, or potentially save you a massive amount of money. Click the link in the description below because I can assist you, and why not? The link is in the description. Thinking about getting solar, a home battery, or an EV charger? Check out Australia's best free comparison tool because it could save you a lot of money. Guys, click on the link below in the description and you can see how much you can save. Alternatively, give Resync a call. They are the guys who installed my battery and my home solar. I'll put a link to them as well in the description. Guys, I don't mean to brag, but Australia leads the world in rooftop solar. You probably already know this. 1 in 3 Australian households has solar panels on the roof. 1 in 3. Nowhere else on the planet comes even remotely close to that level of distributed solar penetration. But there's a massive blind spot in this success story, and it affects more than 2.5 million Australians. If you live in an apartment, you've basically been locked out of the rooftop solar revolution. And not many landlords install solar. Yeah, some do, but not many. It's pretty rare. Now, researchers at the University of New South Wales think they've found a way to fix this using artificial intelligence. Let me give you the numbers first because they're genuinely shocking. In New South Wales, 1 in every 5 homes is an apartment. But according to UNSW Canberra, only 3.5% of apartment dwellers in that state have access to rooftop solar. On the Electric Viking website, I'll put a link in the description below. We have more articles about electric cars and battery technology than any other website that I'm aware of in the world. So check that out. Link is in the description. And there you'll find our videos and analysis and articles about everything going on in the EV world. Yeah, I mean, basically no one, almost no one has access to rooftop solar if they live in an apartment. It's very rare. 3.5%. Compare that to 1 in 3 households nationally. You can see the scale of the problem. Researchers are calling it the solar ceiling. And it's not just an Australian issue. The same barriers exist in dense cities all over the world. I've done videos on what the United States is trying to do to fix this problem right now. This is in Congress right now. Obviously, in Germany, they have fixed this problem. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of apartment dwellers in Germany who have balcony solar. But why is it hard to put solar on apartments? 3 reasons. First, ownership. When a building has 50 owners and a strata committee, deciding who pays for the panels, who owns them, and who gets the savings becomes a nightmare. And some of these people have been brainwashed by anti-renewable energy, fossil fuel clowns, and they're too hard to deal with. Second, the metering infrastructure in most apartment buildings is decades out of date and was never designed to handle distributed energy. And third, the buildings themselves were simply never designed for it. Limited roof space, shared between dozens or even hundreds of units. These same problems apply to townhouses, mixed-use developments, and even commercial buildings as well, which means the gap in access to cheap, clean energy in cities is even bigger than the apartment numbers suggest. Here's what the University of New South Wales is doing about it. Researchers at UNSW Canberra have developed an AI-powered energy management system, and they're combining it with something called a modular power portal system, or MPPS.